Nice little fishing lake. Small but nice. And it's always pleasant to see water while you're on the trail. Yep. So I hope to get about, I think this trail is about 7 miles or a little over 7 miles. So I'm hoping to get that done in about 2 hours and 20 minutes because I've got to get to church. So I'm near where my church is, but I came up early because it's about an hour from home and I didn't want to fight with traffic at that time of day. So I came up early and figured I can get some miles in on trail. I had to be there by a certain time. So try to get this in and get out and get to where I need to be. Hey everyone, it is your girl Moselle. So I'm still walking, still hiking. I don't think I'm gonna get the 7 miles in that I wanted to get in today, just due to time. It was kind of a last minute decision to head up north a little bit earlier. I was trying to make it in time and just put in enough time to get the whole 7 miles in before I have to leave and go to church, but I won't get them in today. But now I'll be very prepared next time. So next I come up for church regularly. So and oftentimes I do get to town quite a bit earlier than where I need to be at church just to avoid traffic. So now I at least know that I can get 7 miles in, you know, before going. But while I'm walking, I thought I would address a couple of things that I'm often asked as a solo female hiker, or backpacker, or camper, and specifically being one that's Black. I always get questions about safety and, you know, am I ever afraid? And, you know, why do I go to certain places? Do I avoid certain places? And, you know, when it comes to avoiding places, now obviously you use your common sense and wisdom, but pretty much wherever I want to go, that's where I go. And again, I use wisdom and common sense when I'm wherever I am to make sure that I ensure my safety. Those closest to me, they always know where I am. They have my location. And then if I run out of cell service, then I have a satellite messenger. So this is my Garmin InReach Mini 2. It works off satellite. There's different brands. This is the one that works best for me. Someone previously mentioned carrying a satellite phone, a sat phone, which is way more expensive. The plan's way more expensive, and they're big and bulky. So for me, this is the best option. And for most hikers and backpackers, they're going to use something of the sort. It may not be the Garmin InReach Mini 2, but they do utilize something of the sort to be able to connect with their families and make sure everyone knows they're safe. And then also, it has an SO, a little bit of an incline, but I need that. It also has an SOS feature. So God forbid, something does happen, injury or I feel unsafe, I can always hit the SOS and emergency crews will be dispatched to where I am. So that's one of the things that I carry. I keep it in arm's reach. I don't have to dig through my pack to get it or anything like that. So I keep that where I can reach it easily. And then I have a Garmin Instinct 2 watch as well. It doesn't have the same features, but it does allow me to stay connected to weather. And if there's going to be a bad storm coming in, I can check that. I can see when the sun sets, when the sun rises, and all that to know and be able to better plan my day. To address the question of, do I ever feel scared? No, I don't ever feel afraid or scared There are times in certain campgrounds where it's like, oh, it's just kind of eerie for whatever reason. But typically no. And that's because, you know, I do my best to take all the steps I need to take in order to make sure that I'm safe on trail, including preserving my body. This is where I go. Preserving my body, making sure I stretch and I'm not going to have any unnecessary injuries. All those things play a part in making sure that you're safe and able to continue on trail for as long as you would like to. So I just want to take a quick moment to address those concerns. And everybody's different. Not everyone's going to be a solo, excuse me, a solo hiker or a solo backpacker. Some people only participate in groups, and that's perfectly fine as well. Do what you feel is best for you. If you are new, then yes, it makes sense to potentially participate with a group of people, preferably a group where at least one person knows what they're doing and they can show you the ropes. But aside from that, there are any places that you want to go and places that you want to see that someone else may not want to go and see. And so either you hold yourself back from those life experiences or you just go on your own. And so I'm more of a go on my own because I don't want to have to wait on others to decide if they want to go. And if they don't want to go, it doesn't stop me from going. So just that was just real brief, and I'll do a more in-depth video regarding safety and all that at a later time. But I just thought about that because that is a question that I'm often asked. All right, well, I gotta see where I'm going so I don't get lost. And so let me get off of here and figure that out. So this trail is poorly marked. I'm also using All Trails, which is not the best, but I couldn't pull it up on X. So using All Trails, but even in that, it's not well marked. It looks like they may have made some additions to the trail or expanded it, or maybe over time people walked off trail enough that it created its own path. So it's just kind of confusing. I mean, eventually I'll get to some place, you know, wherever that place is, I'll figure it out. But I just want to get this video because this is not the Appalachian Trail, but there's a bit of a green tunnel, right? Just walking through trees, and that's kind of when you're hiking, scenery can begin to look the same. So you have to be, and there's another thing about, you know, hiking alone, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Try to find something that does stand out, whether it's a marker, obviously a trail marker. This trail does not have any blazes, so I can't go by the blaze. They're not marked on trees or anything. They do have some trail signs, placards here and there. But it may be, if there's a really huge fallen tree or a really huge boulder or something that stands out, something that looks different, look weird. I saw a screech owl box earlier. So if I see that again, I know exactly where I am. I'm not far from my starting point when I see that. So you have to look for things that stand out, because otherwise this starts looking the same. So I have about an hour and a half. That's my time frame to get out of here so I can get to the church. My church is maybe 10 minutes away, so it's not far. So if I'm out by 5:30, then it'll give me plenty of time to get to the car, change my shoes, and get on my way. So, but still at it somewhere in this green tunnel forest where I am. All right. So I'm almost out. I still have quite a bit of time that I could spend, but I had covered all of the ground that I felt comfortable covering and still getting out on time. I did go a little bit further to see what was ahead, but I think I would have just gotten too far in there and then trying to get back out on time. I'm not confident that would have happened, but one of the things I was thinking about as I was coming back, I was retracing my steps to get back, and I was doing so by memory. Yes, I do have an app that I'm using that shows me the trail, but I also like to challenge myself to be able to, you know, to be able to remember where to go. So another thing that I carry, hi, how are you? Good, thanks. Another thing that I carry when I'm hiking is a notepad, and I bring a pen. This is my waterproof notepad, and then my tactical pen. Yes, it does write. It also has a glass breaker on one end and some other functions, but I keep a notepad like for it to be waterproof, so that way if it's raining, I can still utilize it, obviously. And so if I am on an intricate trail that maybe I don't feel that has a lot of switchbacks or something that I just don't feel comfortable remembering, or I'm local, I'm using all trails versus far out or on next, something of the sort, and knowing that all trails can be independable at times, I may write down on my notepad if I need to. So right, left, right, whatever the case may be, obviously in the reverse way. So when I'm looking at it on the way back, I'm reading the direction that I need to turn. So let's say right now make a left to start or what have you, then I would put a right or R on my notepad to let me know when I get to that point. I can go back. And then also in the app, I will make waypoints, so that way I know this is a point where I was and I can get back there. Obviously, and far out for some of the longer trails, or on X for some of the other trails, the features are just so much better and the apps are much more dependable. But in any of them, I'll make waypoints, and if I know I'm going to hike a specific area, then I will create waypoints before I go a lot of times, see where I may want to stop if it's a long trail or what have you. So just another tip in terms of hiking alone, and that tip can apply if you're hiking in a group, but specifically when I'm hiking alone, this stays in my pack at all times. So I always have a notepad with me at all times, but that's one of the things I also do to make sure I stay safe and I make it back home or wherever I'm going at the end of the hike without any incident. So down, now I must go up. I prefer walking the terrain than I do the stairs. My body feels better, my knees feel better, so usually when I can, I'll walk on the terrain. But if it's raining and it's super muddy, then of course the stairs and that platform do come in handy. Yeah, so I am officially heading back out, y'all. The Sycamore State Park. It is outside of Dayton, Ohio, close to Trotwood. I'm not sure if this is actually considered Brookville, Ohio or what, but pretty decent. Now I'm gonna head over to where the group campsite is to check it out and drive over there. It's an area that we've considered camping at previously, so I'm gonna hike over there, or sorry, drive over there so I can see if it's worth us staying there at some point. All right, y'all, I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.